Hi, Weather Joey here with your South Coast weather recap and forecast. I sound a bit enthusiastic, but I'm not really. I'm stuffed up. But this is for Wednesday, March 4th, 2026. As I mentioned, I got a bit of a bug, caught it over the weekend, and I'm feeling a little bit dozy-dopey. That's why I'm having a non-beer to rehydrate. Anyway, we'll recap. Last little bit, have a forecast for you coming. And I'm going to try to do it all from up here. But before I get started, I'd like to take this opportunity, as always, to thank and acknowledge the first peoples of this land. First Nations, their ancestors, from North Saanich and beyond, this beautiful traditional territory of the Lekwungen people. Thanking them for allowing us to be here and be a part of this on their beautiful land. Aichka. Thank you. So last forecast went pretty much as we described. Let's see, we got into that day that I was going up the hill with my nephews, took them up on that. I think it was a Tuesday the 24th, beautiful sunny day. Him and his buddies, we had a great day on the hill after a big dump of snow over the weekend that we had talked about. So lots of snow in the hills, that was good, get things going. Laid down some nice cars. And I was feeling pretty healthy. And then after that, I think we got to the 25th to the 27th. We were talking about this kind of west-northwest flow through here, a little bit showery. Wasn't quite as cool as we thought it would be, and not quite as showery. Not a lot of showers, but cloudy and not particularly warm up the hill like that Tuesday. Now, we thought this would continue into the 28th and the 1st, March 1st. That would be last Sunday. We thought that would kind of continue, but instead we saw a little bit of a high pressure buildup. So this kind of pushed that flow up, and this built into here over the weekend. So we had a really nice sunny weekend last weekend and brought March in like a lamb, so to say. Instead of the lion out like a lamb, it was in like a lamb, and we'll see where it goes out to when the time comes. And on that note, we're going to talk about winter. But not right now. So we ended up going back up the hill as a whole family on the Sunday, March 1st. And this high pressure that kind of snuck in here, a little bit of support from down here, snuck in here. Temperatures warmed up quite nicely up the hill. And it was springy, not slush, but just soft snow as the sun got on it. Lots of people enjoying, lots of smiles. People were stripping clothes off. Tank tops, some dude with no shirt, he just had to be that dude. But got lots of nice turns up there and some smiles, and I don't know if I caught the bug up there, but that's what I brought down. So that ridge, let's see, it managed to hold on with some clear skies and even frosty morning for the morning of the 2nd, which was yesterday, 2 days ago. And it held on for sunny skies most of the day into the evening full moon, which was a lunar eclipse in the middle of the night, I think. So as we got to the evening, it was still full. You could see it kind of a halo coming around the moon overnight. I didn't stay up for the lunar eclipse, but I thought I'm pretty sure clouds moved in because we had a system, offshore system, tracking up and swinging up towards the Gulf of Alaska. This brought a front in from the west-southwest. Overnight, saw a little bit of rain. This slowly crossed Monday with some showers, kind of not a major front, not a lot of wind or anything, but kind of showers off and on all day. You'll see the precipitation totals if you do have access to those old data. I hope you guys do in the future, because let's keep the data going and keep this going. I don't know if anyone watches it or whatever. Time for a beer sip. Loving the de-alcoholized beer. This front stuck around into yesterday morning, so that was Tuesday morning. Am I right there? Yes. overnight. Let's just take a double check. I had it all up here. Monday, this ridge managed to hold on with frosty temperatures. However, that new front came in Monday. Oh yeah. That first front arrived as that storm tracked up overnight into Tuesday. This front lingered over the south coast into Wednesday, which is today. Oh, what am I thinking? Yes. A front lingered over the south coast with plenty of rain this morning. Yeah, sorry. We're into today. So that was sort of lingering around this morning with plenty of rain. And then we have this high pressure sort of building in. So that should be pushing out today. And we should see a breezy, cooling west-northwest flow later today and on into Thursday. Because this high pressure it's actually a surface ridge moving in, but it's got lots of support down here. But we're going to see, so we got storm activity up here at the same time now. And so how clear will this high pressure be? Not super clear. I mean, it's going to clear things out a little bit today, later today, and into Thursday. But it looks like this low up here, very strong low pressure up in the Aleutians and over the upper Gulf of Alaska. We're going to see some weak front action come around and in, I think it's overnight Thursday. Wearing my glasses. It should hold fairly nicely through the day Thursday with the support from the southwest. However, we're expecting a couple of weak fronts overnight into Friday and then again later Saturday. Now these ones aren't cold fronts, even though they're coming from up here. They're actually sourcing warm air on the backside of this high pressure that's coming around. So fairly mild still with like freezing levels going up and down. So the hills, not a ton of moisture, but temperatures up, so the freezing levels could be quite high. So I'm not too worried about that. But by Sunday, let's see, that took us to Saturday. Oh, by Sunday, it gets kind of interesting though, because this high pressure looks like it'll back away down here. And that cuts off this warm flow, and it allows this low, which is up here now, to start drawing in cold air from the Aleutians, Bering Strait, all across the Pacific and in from the west. And that's going to be dominant for all next week. And we're expecting cool, at times showery. This is winter, okay? So this is winter returning in the second week of March, and there is no sign of, there's lots of chance of some snow at lower levels here, definitely for the hills, but cold, cool to cold, I would say. So something that we really haven't seen or felt for the long duration, and that looks like it's going to be around all next week as this low turns this stuff in, and we may even see this drop down and get more snow activity down here. But that's a cold low, and that cold air is right down across the Pacific Northwest. So lots of winter there. Yeah, there you go. I managed to rally there for a little bit. Now it's going to be back to bed. I thank the land, the spirits and beings of this land, the mountains of the Comox people, for allowing me to play up there. My gosh, I had so much fun with the family and the nephews and the friends. That was a real special treat. To turns, working with gravity, working with the land, the air, the whole motion together. It's great to be a part of and happy to share that. So to all of you out there in the future, and to those of you here and now, as always, may the forecast be with you.